Well, we're at it again. Another walk. Today I decided to go out to the country. Just stumbled there already. And it's a little snowier out here, so maybe a little less slippery. That being said, I already went down on one knee as I was walking down a bit of a hill. So that only counts as a half fall, so that doesn't really count, right? So it is about 1 degree right now Celsius. I don't know why I'm compelled to say what the weather is, but so we'll take a little hike in the country here. North Saskatchewan River's off to that side. Horse pasture over there. We'll see if I can stay upright for this. I was going to take the stairs today, but I don't feel like dying. Doesn't look like they maintain them into winter. And here I thought I would have some nice quiet time, but I guess there's always progress has to happen. Just a guy trimming trees. Devon Golf Course over there. Town of Devon is at the top of the hill. River's pretty much frozen over. Not walkable on, which I wouldn't do anyways because there's so many soft spots in that river. Now I've gotten in my head that the tree trimmer guy is going to need to boogie up the hill to the gate where I parked at, and then my Jeep is going to be in the way. I don't think I parked that close to it, but now it's in my head, so I'm going to walk back and make sure. It's going to shorten my walk for the day, though. Off to my right is the abandoned golf course that I did a video on my YouTube channel, Mundane Man. And it's been abandoned for years. What they'll ever do with that land. That video was more me trying to figure out how to use my drone again, but I should get that thing out more often. I always forget about it, and then I gotta charge the batteries, and all of a sudden it becomes a hassle, but maybe on these walks I can bring the drone out every now and again. I wonder what snowshoes would be like in an area like this. My wife keeps saying we should get cross-country skis, but I don't know, with my lack of balance, I'd probably end up in the snow more than anything, so maybe snowshoes might be up my alley. Don't know. They're still working away over there, so maybe I'll be okay to get to the Jeep before they're gonna want to head up the hill. It's a shame that they're topping some of those nice spruce trees that have probably been there for 30, 40 years just because of the power lines. Progress? I don't think so. Sometimes we ruin things to make things to be perceived as better, and they're not. I can smell the pine all the way over here from. Hard to get perspective, but this is the hill that truck will have to climb. And I was kind of worried the Jeep would be in the way. So I'm gonna move on to a different place. A couple kilometers up the road, there's another starting point for the Devon Trail. Get a few more steps in over there. Okay, let's start out on this part of the Devonian Trail. You know, I checked my timeline on Google Maps to see how far I'd gone so far, and that thing is so shitty at tracking your movements, which surprises me because Google knows everything. I guess a guy needs to invest in one of those watches or something that better calculates your motion, but I think I've probably done maybe 1.5 kilometers, so need to keep plowing away. This one's a little bit more challenging. They haven't cleared the path yet, which surprises me. They've only got miles and miles and miles of country roads to clear, and they haven't done a trail yet. Come on. And it's a little bit up and down, so should be a good breather. Get the old heart rate up. I know I can walk down this, but getting up could be fun. Think I can do it? I hope so. There's always crawling on my hands and knees, I guess. This is the 250 stairs I walked up in another video. These actually look pretty clear. Do I dare? I already got to climb a hill. There's the North Saskatchewan again. I was over there just a while ago where I took a video of the stairs that weren't very well maintained. Well, let's go down and up these and see if we can keep the old heart from exploding. I think that's as far as I'm going to go down. Lower I get, the treads are starting to get icy. There's no sun out today to soften them up, even though it is above zero, or it's about zero right now. So here we go back up again. Whew, feeling that in the old quads. From where they started numbering them, this is 207. Oh, thank God they have a bench at the top. Oh boy. Let's just sit here and put some gas back in the tank. Okay, now let's crawl our way up the hills. It's hard to show it on camera, but these hills are pretty steep. I think I'm going to stop here and turn around and go back. All I see is a lot more uphill and downhill, and to get back to where I'm going, it's all uphill. And I want to make sure I make it there today in the daylight. There's only 6 or 7 more hours of daylight, you know. Devon Bridge there. It's not that much further to Prospector's Point from here, but I already did part of a walk, and now there's this one going up the stairs and up the hill. I think that'll be enough for me. Now the great ascent up the big hill on rain-soaked snow, and me just wearing hiking shoes. Well, it should be sufficient, but I'll see you on the other side unless something interesting comes up other than me passed out in the snow. Baby steps for the win. Didn't slip or fall once. Or more importantly, pass out. Well, I don't know if I did 4 to 5 kilometers, but with the addition of a couple hundred steps and going down and up hills, I think the extra cardio was worth it, so I'm going to call it a good one. Until the next time. Well, I wasn't going to do a part 2 walk, but I need to go to the grocery store and get my lottery ticket, so I may as well walk there. But I did get my Christmas lights up. My hand and my ankle let me do it. So, nothing real fancy, but a little bit festive. It ended up getting up to 8 degrees today, so there was no better time to put up the Christmas lights than now. I usually like to have them on by December 1st, but at minus 20 odd degrees, forget it. It's not like I didn't have all kinds of opportunities though to do it in November, but you know, poor body function. Some of the sidewalks cleared up, but a lot of them are still pretty icy in some spots, even at this temperature. Lottery tickets in hand. When I win the big one, you may never hear from me again. And I'll tell my wife to get packing. And she'll ask where we're going, and I'll say, I don't care where you go, just get packing and get out. Still, like I said yesterday, I've lived in this area forever, but it still baffles me that 7:30 at night on a December evening, and it's still melting. There's still water running. I think we're all going to burn in hell. This planet's just going to burst into flames. On that positive note, still lots of places I need to take baby steps though, because there's lots of ice on areas where people didn't clear their sidewalk. And it's just slippery enough with the water on top that it could kill you. Tom's pet peeve. This guy lives across the street over here. Like, he parks in front of somebody else's house all the time. And that kind of thing this is an old man rat, just kind of rant, I guess. It just pisses me off. Like, park in front of your own damn house. You got the room. Normally your Jeep is over on your driveway. But I kind of have the same problem with my neighbor. My new neighbor, that is. I try and park my vehicle halfway through. So basically on the property line. I'm actually even ahead of the property line. And this guy for 3 weeks didn't even move his car, and it was like kind of crowding the whole thing. There's an old man thing that just bugs a guy. No consideration anymore. Another gratuitous shot of the Christmas lights. Lots of steps up and down the ladder, but I'm not willing to spend $5 grand on getting those permanent lights. I mean, I would like to have all the lights up on the various peaks, but for that kind of money, I'd rather work on retirement. It's kind of dark still, but bright enough. Don't need to see my house from the moon. Okay, well, that was another little walk tonight. And till the next one.